Hey guys, it's Danny. Today, let me show you the little orchid haul that I did recently. All of these orchids are from the flower shop and yeah, it is the season. It's finally tiny little bit cooler. I mean 29 degrees Celsius. Is that cool? Maybe it's not. It's the middle of November almost. I went on a tangent. Yeah, anyway. Here in flower shops, you're most likely to find orchids or various orchids in the cooler months because in the summer, it is way too hot for anything to survive, pretty much, at the flower shop, except for a few plants. So, 'tis the season when I'm making my rounds at the flower shops, and lucky me, I found some stuff to buy, one of which was on my wish list. And I thought I would never find it again, and I did, and it's not looking good. Oh no. For the life of me, I cannot keep these orchids. Anyway, I'll get to them. So let me show you what I found at the flower shop. Before we start, don't forget to give this video a like if you end up enjoying it and having a good time and being entertained. And why not subscribe? I post multiple times a week and it is completely free. But if you're feeling a little extra about it and you'd like to support the channel further, do consider becoming a member, checking out the affiliate links down below, checking out the merch, or using the super thanks option below my videos. Right, it's been a while. I actually did not film for maybe a couple of weeks. I had pre-recorded videos because, oh my goodness, it's so fun. It's funny now. It was funny in the moment as well. So, you know how in the tour I showed you how I'm removing some of the bars of my Vistro shelves to make them like taller shelves? Well, one morning, I was removing one of the bars, and in order to remove the middle bar, you kind of have to partially disassemble the whole shelf. And it has a vertical bar in the middle that holds like the horizontal bar that I wanted to remove. And they're connected. And they were stuck together for whatever reason. And of course, I had to pull on it towards me to disconnect them, and it wouldn't disconnect. So what I did was something like this. And you know what happened next? That bar hit me smack here, maybe you could see I tried to cover it with makeup, but maybe you will see a little bit of a purple there. Yes, I was the last unicorn for a while. It was so funny because it was hurting so much, but it was funny. I had sort of out of body experience because it's just like in those funny fail videos you see. Yeah, that's how I saw myself. Yeah, I was very amused and in pain, and it swelled more than I thought it would. It was a little scary for a little bit, but it was I'm okay now. So I didn't film and I forgot my little poetry, or rather poem, with super thanks and everything. Right, let's get to the video, Danny. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I need to talk. Right, so let's start with the mini Phalaenopsis because can I help myself? No. I have 70, I get more. I have a whole lot of mini Phalaenopsis. Am I still gonna buy more? Yes. Lately in flower shops here in Cyprus, I've seen a whole lot of this new trend of scented orchids, scent orchids. And of course, Phalaenopsis, because for whatever reason you would not advertise Miltoniopsis as fragrant. It's a mystery, but Phalaenopsis, when they have the tiniest bit of scent, oh, scented, fragrant. Buy it for twice the price. No, I found these two mini Phalaenopsis, which I think they're generally called dusty bell or things of the sorts. They're obviously Schilleriana hybrids. Look at those leaves. And the fragrance is very Schilleriana-ish, but I can't get enough. I have the Schilleriana, by the way. And I have some other mini Phalaenopsis that smell like the Schilleriana. But can I get enough? No. This actually looks like the normal version of my Peloric mini Phalaenopsis that I found in the Netherlands. It is very highly fragrant, such as this. This one is slightly Peloric, I feel like. This is more fragrant than this one. This one has a dusty kind of fragrance to it a little bit, but this one smells a little citrusy, a little floral. Oh, this one is beautiful. Even though colors, I prefer this one. This particular one just smells better. I need more space for all of these mini Phalaenopsis that are fragrant. I'm very happy though that flower shops are starting to bring more fragrant type of orchids, because people who are new to orchids or who've never owned more than Phalaenopsis, they are convinced that orchids are not fragrant. I was too. I was convinced these things don't or cannot possess fragrance. well, now they're a lot more popular, right? All right, so after I actually filmed what you just saw, I found something else at the flower shop. I found this Phalaenopsis orchid, which is 100% Polychilus hybrid. And not only that, it smells divine. So I'll try to see if I can find an ID or a commercial name for this one. This is the tag. Your natural orchid. I mean, can it be not natural? I mean, if you think about it, all hybrids made by man are not natural, but then again, it is an organic thing, so maybe it is. I don't know. What are these slogans companies come up with? But anyway, this is the orchid. I think it has a little bit of a peloria. But the fragrance, you guys, oh my goodness, it smells like the most lemony or citrusy thing you've ever smelled. It is delicious. Dare I say, it's at the same level as the Bellina. I don't know if it smells like the Bellina. It kind of reminds me of it, but it's different. So here it is. I don't know what it is. I'll try to figure it out, but this is what they're selling in stores nowadays. How lucky are we, you guys? Oh my goodness. If you ever see something like this, let me just give you a big look at it. You see the flower spikes are not very tall. It doesn't really have that very classic Phalaenopsis moth shape to it, right? Well, this more star shape is the Polychilus or summer blooming Phalaenopsis type. So yeah, it doesn't look like a normal Phalaenopsis, right? Well, it doesn't, and it's probably not going to produce as many blooms, and it's probably not going to stay in bloom as long, but it's going to smell divine. Yeah, so just take a sniff if you ever see it in flower shops. How pretty, how pretty. See, I told you I cannot help myself with buying Phalaenopsis, but this is different. This is highly fragrant. So these are the mini phals. Let's get to the Oncidium types. As you may or may not know, I kinda, yet again, lost my Oncidium collection. This is the second time. The first time I lost it was when I moved to Cyprus from Romania. The whole Fusarium situation, very, very sad situation. I stopped talking about it because the internet. So yeah, that's how I lost my first Oncidium collection. And the second time I lost it was quite recently due to the thrips. It's so hard to manage thrips. But with Spinosad, it worked out. So I am comfortable again investing in Oncidiums because I really like them. So here is the reddest Oncidium type of life. I don't know exactly what it is. I could not find an ID so far. The pseudobulbs and the leaves and everything, they scream Oncidopsis, to be fully honest, but there is no fragrance and the flower does not look like it has Moltoniopsis in it, so I don't know. Maybe, is it called Cochleoda? I might be talking like out of imagination now, but I feel like there is an orchid that might be in the parentage of this one as well. Now, the flowers are a little spent because I did have these orchids for a little bit, but I just didn't film because I was the last unicorn for a while. So some of the flowers are spent, but I do have a new flower spike. I currently keep these orchids in my Cloud Forest rootstock cabinet, which I showed you in the tour that I posted last week. So they are getting high humidity and still pseudobulbs are shriveling. No, they don't need watering, but I'm pretty sure there are snails and other stuff in there eating the roots. These are not easy orchids. I predict they're not, but I have to try because I love them so much. Out of all of the Oncidium Alliance, Odontoglossum hybrids and these types of stuff, they're my favorite. I love them. Oh, and also Alisaras, but they tend to be quite big and I can grow those, so they're not my like life's dream because I can grow them. These though are different. Right, this one. Why you shrivelly? Why? I give you humidity, I give you water, I give you love, and you are shrivelly. She looked so good when I purchased it. Maybe it needs a little water. So this is an Oncidopsis. Already doesn't sound good. It has Moltoniopsis in its parentage. It's Francine, and it has one of the most beautiful colors that I've seen. And this is one that I showed you in a video called Orchids That I Want, That I Can Never Find Again, or something like that. This was one of them. I've been waiting around for this orchid for years to appear again in flower shops. And it has. And again, I keep it in that high humidity enclosure and still it's getting dehydrated. I have an issue with the roots, most likely. So I will do something. I'll probably cut the flower spike and address the orchid, repot it, do all of that fun stuff, and then let it recoup in the humidity chamber. And hopefully she's gonna be okay. Luckily, the cool season is coming anytime soon. hopefully. So it's not the middle of summers. She's not gonna spend a whole lot of time in heat, which I'm hoping will be the saving grace, because these orchids, they don't do very well for me, but I love them and I always try something with them. Now I think I'm the closest to actually providing adequate conditions for them. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will, you guys, other than a refrigerator of sorts or something like that I'm not prepared to invest in. You know, I'm trying. Anyway, here are two orchids though that will do okay in my environment because I've had them before. First of all, Oncidium Catron Soap. This was amongst my first ever Oncidiums before I even got the Sherry Baby, and at the time I found some sources calling this guy, before it was registered actually. I'm so old. I had this one before it was registered. So it used to be called Sherry Baby Yellow Flash. I don't know why, but yeah. I have an old video on it with this name, and afterwards it has been registered, and it's a Catron Soak. This one shares a parent with the Sherry Baby, and it's very fragrant. It's very syrupy, very sweet, not chocolatey to my nose. The Sherry Baby definitely smells like chocolate and vanilla. This one, no. This one smells like a very, very sweet syrup, but it was amongst my first ever very fragrant orchids, or very fragrant Oncidiums. I was on the lookout for the Sherry Baby, but this one appeared in the flower shop, and I was just so happy to have a sort of Sherry Baby in my collection, which is, I guess, the catalyst of me collecting orchids. I had a whole bunch of Phalaenopsis for a while, and I liked them, but when I learned that orchids can be fragrant, and the first fragrant orchid I heard about was the Sherry Baby because it was smelling like chocolate, I knew I would become this famous YouTuber. No, I knew that I would collect orchids because, yeah, I love fragrance. So Catron Soak, I had it over the years. I lost it. I had it again. I lost it. It's a very common orchid in flower shops here in the EU. And yeah, it looked okay. None of these actually look very healthy now, but when I purchased them, they did look nice. So what I'm thinking is, by the way, these orchids are high moisture lovers. So what I'm thinking is, maybe on transport they got dehydrated very, very badly. The roots died because of that dehydration. And yeah, they started to decline. Interesting. And this, of all, like, this is a very vigorous orchid. You don't see the flowers anymore, but this is a Brassia. It's one of the spider orchids. I've had Brassias, you know, ever since the beginning. They're very hardy orchids and hybrids, and spider orchids generally, you know, they don't need cloud forest conditions. They are more warm growing type of Oncidium types. It's not look happy, that's it. It looked good when I purchased it. So, and I did water them. So something tells me these guys suffered something on transport, they lost their roots, and now they're slowly starting to show it. So that kind of sucks, but it's okay. I'm sure with these guys I can bring them back. I built my YouTube channel on saving discounted Oncidiums. I purchased so many discounted Oncidiums, it's not even funny. Back in Romania, back in the balcony days, a decade ago. It's been a decade, you guys. Wow. Anyway, so I did start my YouTube channel with Oncidiums mainly. But here where I live now, the climate is not the best for some of these intergenerics like these guys. But I'm trying because I love them. They represent something to me, even though I much more prefer Cattleyas now because they don't give me headaches. There's something about orchids that just don't fuss that I love. But I do love Oncidiums as well. So I'm trying again with my humidity chambers. If that one works, I'm gonna mess up this one as well. I'm gonna create a humidity chamber out of this one as well. Hopefully, I will be able to grow the Nelly Eiler. By the way, my Nelly Eilers, no, they don't look so good. I can't with that orchid. I want it so bad, and I can't have it. Anyway, so yeah, that's the plan, the humidity chamber. If that fails, I'm done. Probably I'm not done, but I'm gonna be done for a while with Nelly Eilers and Oncidopsis and Miltoniopsis and so. Oh, Miltoniopsis didn't even make the summer. I know some of you asked. Nah, don't forget about them. They did not make this. It was a long, hot summer this summer. So yeah, but I'm giving it another go. I think I'm close to achieving something good, and I will make a separate video Maybe actually I'm gonna film it after this. I'm gonna show you my high humidity enclosure because I have some very important orchids in there, which some of you might know, but you don't know how important they are to me, I guess. So I'm gonna make the next video about my high humidity enclosure. So subscribe, stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for hanging around with me today. It was a chill video, a chill day, and yeah, happy to be filming again, and hopefully I don't look very awful. I cannot even see. But yeah, if you just see something purple on my forehead, that's what it was. I cosplayed as the last unicorn for a little bit. Off-center horn though. Alright, so with that said, hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!